Hello, I'm Trent Sokol, curator of the Rave subculture. This is my presentation.
You're joining me here now in the famous and beautiful Orange, California, where two of my good friends and legends to the Chapman electronic music scene have agreed to help me in exploring this deviant and somewhat eclectic subculture.
What's up, dude?
Hey man, thanks for letting me get this interview with you.
No problem, bro. Anytime. This is your house.
Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Elliot Walters, professional raver and small-time DJ, and I'm Trent's roommate.
So, Elliot, what originally drew you to rave culture?
So basically in freshman year, my friends were just going to a lot of concerts. I didn't really consider them raves for a while. I just saw them as like EDM kind of shows. For the most part, it was just kind of like socialization for me. I was kind of tagging along for the ride. But yeah, that's what got me started out on it. My friend Jeff, he got me introduced to a lot of good electronic music, so it was something I was interested in.
What's up? Jeffrey Zimbroff, president of the Electronic Music Club and Trent's roommate. So back in middle school is when I first started really getting into electronic music, and I would see all these videos online of these music festivals and raves and seeing these DJs perform at them, and they seemed like something that I really would like to attend, but a lot of the events around the LA area were 18 and up, and being 13 or 14 at the time, I couldn't actually go to any of them. What made me start getting into DJing was the fact that because I couldn't see these shows in person, a way to feel connected to the culture itself actually through DJing. So I really got invested in figuring out all the different techniques that the big room house DJs were using at the time, and it eventually took like 2 or 3 years of practice to get to making something that I was actually really proud of. And it was through DJing that I really felt connected to the rave culture. And as soon as I turned 18, that's when I was able to go to all the concerts and music festivals that I wanted, and was really able to experience the rave culture firsthand. My first rave was Hard Summer back in 2015 or 2016, the year that Porter Robinson had played a World's live set. And that was my first intro to being at an actual rave event with my friends. And that's just one of my most cherished memories. And I think that going to these concerts and these music festivals with my friends has shaped me into being the person that I am today.
What do raves mean to you, and why do you enjoy them?
So raves for me is just kind of like a common atmosphere where I know everyone there is just kind of gonna be interested in electronic music and kind of has a love for the DJ, a love for the show, you know, like the performance, the lighting, the lasers, whatever kind of visual shit the DJ is going on up on screen. But yeah, it's basically just about connecting with people to me and meeting other people with love for the same genre that I love.
What caused you to transform from being a casual participant of raves to a more involved member?
I saw a DJ, his name is Ekali. It was kind of a show just like any other. I was still kind of in that mindset of just tagging along for kind of be with my friends, but this time I actually decided to take Molly. I don't know if that's okay to say for this kind of interview, but For me, that was the truth. This kind of transcended for me in that I really felt like I was a member of the crowd. I guess what you would call rave culture. It seemed like when I saw people in the crowd, and like when I was dancing, like obviously like dancing my heart out, like people just connected with me and like absorbed me into like their little community. I remember this guy just like looked at me and like we just both like smiled at each other. Like he gave me a big hug. Like this girl came up to me, she gave me some of her drink. Like I don't know, it was just kind of like a non-verbal connection I had with these people. And obviously the music was fantastic, and just from then on out I've kind of just like enjoyed that whole experience. Like expanding on my answer before, that's when the DJ and like the performance started to become really special for me, and something I was going for mainly, like besides just like tagging along with my friends. It was something I wanted to do of my own volition.
When did you transition to becoming a DJ?
So for a while, DJing was something I kind of saw as like an unreachable plateau. It was something that kind of just seemed very difficult to me and something I couldn't really like achieve. But at the same time, like seeing DJs perform and seeing how they could kind of like control the crowd with what they were spinning, that like really appealed to me. And it was something like I wanted to do because I felt like my music taste is something I want to share with other people. So like last summer, I just finally decided to sit down and like grind out like the hardest parts of it and like learn all the basics. It took a while, but I can DJ like fairly well now. I'm still a beginner and it's not like I'm making any money off of it, but it's something I really, really enjoy doing. Just like kind of like feeling out the energy, creating some energy of my own, like transferring it to the people who are listening. It's a really special thing to me, and being in the position I had admired for so long was like a thing that really added to my confidence and kind of just made me feel pretty fulfilled.
But I know that you also DJ for more mainstream type of parties. I would just like you to possibly elaborate on how it's different for you and what really makes the rave culture different in terms of from the DJ's perspective.
So I kind of notice when I'm around like a generic party crowd that it's kind of like you're put in a place where you're pressured to play like, say like top 40 or something, or like rap. I've noticed that Chapman, the music culture especially, is like centered around rap music in particular. And while rap is something I always enjoy, like I like hearing a good like hip hop banger, like it's not my main kind of like forte, and it kind of does make me feel a little bit like out of my own skin when I have to mix stuff like that. I feel like I do feel much more like myself when I am playing for a rave crowd, because I know I don't have to pander at all, and it's just like more obscure stuff that I know these people will enjoy. I don't know, that makes me feel a lot more fulfilled personally, but it is kind of nice just like turning up for a crowd. It doesn't necessarily matter to me what kind of music I'm playing. It does, but at the same time, if I can make at least one person in the room happy by what I'm playing, then I don't know, I see it as kind of a win. Like,
so is there anything else that you would like to add about electronic music and the rave culture?
I think in regards to electronic music, something that people today need to realize is that a lot of the big pop hits and stuff you hear on the radio are actually being produced by electronic musicians that in general are not as well known as the big rapper, pop singer that are on these tracks. And a lot of popular music today is very, very electronically influenced, and I think that people will sometimes discount electronic music as being too niche for them or something that they don't really want to listen to, but a lot of people are already listening to it without even realizing it on the radio, and that they should not just discount electronic music as being something too niche, and that they should definitely give it a listen. Hey everyone, I'm Jeffrey Zimbroff, and okay, you can't say it, you can't fuck me up.
Last day, I promise. I wonder how people who just see you in class, Trent, think you are in life.